thousands of miles from Vrindavan to Jagannath Puri to get the Malaya Chandan from the Malaya hills, which is around the Jagannath Puri area. So, and he had no money. He just came without any help, without any person helping him. He came by foot. So long journey, and but all he was doing for Krishna. So then ultimately he went to Kirchur Gopinath Mandir, and then from there he went to Jagannath Puri. He collected all the chandan and brought back to the Gopinath Mandir again. And in the Gopinath Mandir, the pujaris received him very lovingly, because they all knew, the greatness of Madhavendra Puri, how great devotee he was. So then Madhavendra Puri there, when he was sleeping, he got a dream from Gopalji in Vrindavan that use this chandan and the camphor which you are bringing for me, because my body is burning in the heat. So, but you can use it for Gopinath ji, and my body temperature will come down with that, and I will get my body cool like that. So there was no difference between the Gopinath and the Gopal deities. So then Madhavendra Puri, he himself stayed there till the whole stock of Chandan and camphor was finished. He stayed there several months. He was using little every single day, and he put two people in to grind the Chandan, because it was too much chandan all over the body. They were putting a layer of chandan all over the body, and then apply the camphor like that. So then he had the two assistants, and these two assistants will regularly grind. He got assistants from the devotees there in the Gopinath temple, and they were grinding, and that way, people, and two other people were helping them. So that's why 4 people were doing just chandan. And and I shall pay their salary. So that's what he said, that I will pay their salary. So Gopinathji was supplied with the grounded sandalwood pulp daily, every single day. It was applied on his body. And with that, all the servants and pujaris of Gopinathji temple were very happy that Madhavendra Puri is staying. And so this way, this pulp was smeared all over the body of the Gopinathji temple until the whole stock was finished. When the stock was finished, then say at the end of summer, Madhavendra Puri returned to Jagannath Puri. Then he returned back to Jagannath Puri because Chaturmash was going to start, and he wanted to stay 4 months in Jagannath Puri. And so Prabhupada is writing in the purport, very nice purport actually, about the Chaturmash actually. Chaturmash period, everybody should follow. But Prabhupada is writing here that it is the period between Asad and the Kartik months, as lunar months. So which people started with the different times. Somebody starts on Ekadashi day, on the Shayan Ekadashi day, and they go on till the Utthana Ekadashi in Kartik. So and some people observe from Purnima in Asad to Purnima in Kartik. So that's also 4 months. Or somebody, they don't see Amasya or Purnima, they start from the beginning of the Shravan and till the end of the Kartik. So Shravan, Bhadav, Var, and Kartik. So these 4 months, they actually do the observe the Chaturmash, whatever is the. So what is the meaning of Chaturmash actually? Why Chaturmash is there? Because during this time actually Krishna is very happy, because that period is almost like springtime. All the new leaves comes, and on the trees, and everything looks so beautiful. And so at that time, we have to do more and more service to Krishna, more and more devotional service. We have to observe that, and also we have to get at that time. It's a special time. Chaturmash time is very special. We get benefit many folds more than when we normally do it in other period of time. So, and also, as Prabhupada is writing, we have to minimize our bodily needs and the quantity of the sense of gratification, because everyone in this material body, wants some kind of sense of gratification. So that should be minimized to zero almost, and doing more and more bhakti will actually lead us so that we can increase our sadhana better way. So we can do this asad, doesn't matter we start on Ekadashi day or Purnima day or whole month from Shravan to Kartik we do. It doesn't matter, but we should, every section of the society, either Kshatriya, Vanaprastha, Sannyasi or Brahmachari, everybody has to do it. So that's important. So we can do more and more bhakti during that time. So somebody came. Ilambari Mataji, you can read Bengali?
Yeah, sure, Prabhuji.
So read the verse number 170, chapter 4, verse 170, Madhya Leela.
So, yeah, okay. শ্রীমুখে মাধবপুরীর অমৃত চরিত ভক্তগণের শুনাইয়া প্রভু করে আস্বাদিত।
Thus, Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu personally praised the nectarian characteristic of Madhavendra Puri. And while he related all these to devotees, he personally realized it. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he was in Jagannath Puri, and also like before Jagannath Puri, he stopped at Gopinath temple. So when he was in Gopinath temple with Nityananda Prabhu and the Jagdananda and other devotees, then he told the nectarian story of Madhavendra Puri to all the other devotees. And also not just the telling them, but he really personally realized it. But it was so nectarian that he personally enjoyed the whatever devotion was Madhavendra Puri, what he was offering Krishna, so he praised the characteristic of Madhavendra Puri, that Madhavendra Puri has so elevated soul, and everyone should follow his character. And how to do the bhakti, he's teaching by his personal example, that Krishna told him one time to go and bring the chandan. He, without thinking twice, he just left right away. So this is the dedication. This kind of dedication a devotee should have. What's the number 171, Mataji?
প্রভু কহে নিত্যানন্দ করহ বিচার, পুরী সম ভাগ্যবান জগতে নাহি আর।
Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asked Nityanand Prabhu to judge whether there was anyone within the world as fortunate as Madhavendra Puri. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was telling Nityananda Prabhu that you yourself judge who in this Tribhuvan, all three worlds, who is as fortunate as Madhavendra Puri, because he got instruction by the Lord what to do. So very few people actually in all millions of years, where somebody like that is appeared on this earth, that he got instructions from Lord himself that what to do. Next verse, please, 172.
I couldn't see, Prabhu. The verse is way up. Okay.
Bengali.
I didn't see the Bengali.
Bengali, please.
The Dugdhodana. I couldn't see the Bengali, Prabhu. Dugdhodana chale Krishna. Yeah. यारे देखे যারে দেখা দিলা তিন বারে স্বপ্নে আসি यारे आज्ञा কইলা. I couldn't see the Bengali. I read the English.
Now we can see the Bengali.
Now I can see. দুগ্ধদান ছলে কৃষ্ণ যারে দেখা দিলা তিনবারে স্বপ্নে আসি যারে আজ্ঞা কইল.
Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said Madhavendra Puri was so fortunate that Krishna personally appeared before him on the plea of delivering milk. 3 times the Lord gave orders to Madhavendra Puri in dream. So we can see how Madhavendra Puri, how fortunate he was. If Krishna came himself as a cowherd boy and delivered the milk, because Madhavendra Puri, when he came to Vrindavan and he was going around Vrindavan, doing the darshan of all the holy places, but he was a sannyasi. He was not begging actually. Whatever people give, he will eat it. Nobody gives him anything, he will not eat. So Krishna knew this thing. So he himself came with the milk, with a pot of milk, and told him that Babaji, drink this milk. And Madhavendra Puri asked him, who are you? He said, I'm a boy from the nearby village. And he asked, how do you know I'm hungry? And he said that the one mother, one Mataji from our village, came to fetch the water from the well. And she told me to bring the milk. That's what I brought the milk. But Krishna said that, okay, you keep the pot, you drink the milk, and then I will come later on and collect the milk pot. But he never returned. Then Madhavendra Puri knew that this was Krishna himself, Otherwise, if it was cowherd boy, he would have come, and he can see the beauty of the boy and can imagine, who else it can be. And also, as it's written that he came in the dream of Madhavendra Puri 3 times. And imagine, even one time Krishna comes in the dream, that's a great thing, great fortune. But he came 3 times. And also he came personally to give him the darshan and brought the milk for him. So 3 times in the dream. How he came, anybody knows? Anybody can tell? So first time he came in Vrindavan
To rescue him from the bush.
Yes, and then he told him to dig under the bush. I am there, and it's so hot here, so I want to come up, bring me out and worship me, and like that. This kind of instruction first time he gave. Second time he gave instruction that my whole body is burning so much. So you bring the chandan from Malaya Hills and go and bring it. So he just started. And third time he gave the dream when he brought the chandan from Jagannath Puri to Gopinath Mandir. In that night he got the dream that because Krishna knew that if he brings the chandan to Vrindavan, in the way there are so many provinces and so many Mohammedan kings there, and my devotee will get trouble with all the people, at different countries, small countries. So he said that you apply this chandan and the camphor to Gopinath deities, and my body heat will come down with that, because we are the same. So actually deities, in all the temples are same. They are not different. Many times we go to temple and we see that our home deity, nobody is doing arti, because we all are in whole families in the temple. Nobody is doing arti. So we should not think that way, because the home deity and the deity in the temple, there is the same Lord of Krishna. So we are attending kirtan, listening lecture. So it's the same thing actually. So we should not think twice, that, oh, my deities are ignored and I should stay at home and do the deity seva, because deity is already getting seva and we are watching it, or sometimes we are doing ourselves, the seva in the temple, so that seva Krishna accept it. Our deity is also accepted at home. So this should be understood by that. So next verse, please, 173.
যার প্রেমে বশ হইয়া প্রকট হইলা, সেবা অঙ্গীকার করি জগৎ তারিলা.
Being obliged because of loving affair of Madhavendra Puri, Lord Krishna himself appeared as Gopal deity. Accepting his service, he liberated the whole world. So Krishna was obliged because he was great devotee. So Krishna all the time says that I am indebted by the devotees. I am not independent actually. I feel so grateful for my devotees. So when devotee does seva, he is willing to do anything. So Krishna told gopis also that you do so much for me and I do not do anything and I cannot pay your debt because this is so much. Even when Sudama brought only chipped rice, then what Krishna's, because he didn't have even rice, his wife has to go and borrow from the near neighbors. So Krishna says, there is nothing which I don't have. I have everything. So what I'm giving, I'm not giving him anything. When he didn't have anything he brought, he went out. His wife went and got the chipped rice for me. So Krishna was so much grateful, so much obliged, and he gave him so much that one cannot even think. And even without asking, Sudama didn't ask anything to Krishna. He just returned in his own old dhoti. But then when he comes back, and then he sees all big palaces and so many servants, and his wife was surrounded by all the opulences and everything. So he can imagine that this is all Krishna's mercy. He didn't want that, but anyway, he got it. So similarly, with Madhavendra Puri, actually, Krishna appeared himself. He didn't send anybody to go and give him milk. He didn't give any dream to anybody that go and give milk to this Babaji. He came himself. He's a cowherd boy, and he delivered the milk. So when Madhavendra Puri accepted that milk because he was great devotee, he says he liberated the whole world. So because Krishna was happy with him, so yasta tushte jagat tushtam. So if Krishna is happy, whole world is tushta, whole world is happy. So this is the way it goes. So Krishna was very happy with Madhavendra Puri. That's why it says that actually he liberated the whole world. Next verse, please. 174.
যার লাগি গোপীনাথ ক্ষীর কইল চুরি, অতএব নাম হইল ক্ষীর চোরা করি।
On account of Madhavendra Puri, Lord Gopinath stole the pot of sweet rice. Thus he became famous Kheer Chor, the thief who stole the sweet rice. So we can imagine what Krishna can do for his devotee. Because his devotee Madhavendra Puri, just the thought that if I taste this kheer, then I will make the same kind of kheer for my Gopalji. He thought this thing, and that's why he wanted to test it, not like for his sense of gratification or anything, But still, Krishna, he stole, the Gopinathji stole the kheer, the pot of kheer, and put it behind him, and then gave the dream to the pujari. So we can see how Krishna reciprocates the love of Madhavendra Puri. And Krishna is willing even to take the title of Chor. Who want to be called as Chor? Kheer Chor Gopinath. So he openly says, I'm Chor for my devotees. He didn't steal anything for himself, but for his devotees. Similarly, Krishna is Gopi Vasanar. He stole the cloth of gopis because gopis wanted to have reciprocation with Krishna, and that's why he does this kind of thing just to make his devotees happy. So this is Krishna's special leelas in this world, what and how he acts with the devotees, reciprocates the love of devotees. Next verse, please, 175.
কর্পূর চন্দন যার অঙ্গে চড়াইল, আনন্দে পুরী গোসাইয়ের প্রেম উত্থলিল।
Madhavendra Puri smeared the sandalwood pulp over the body of Gopinath, and in this way he was overpowered with the love of Godhead. So Madhavendra Puri, when the assistants, will grind the sandalwood, and Madhavendra Puri himself personally will smear that sandalwood pulp all over the body of the Gopinath. And this way, he overpowered the love of Godhead. So he got so much love of Godhead that we cannot even imagine, because when we do service of Krishna, there is only Ananda, and that Ananda increases day by day. That's why in the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says in the Shikshashtakam, Anandam Bodhivardhanam Pratipradam Purnamrita Swadanam Sarvatmanismaram Param Vijayate Sri Krishna Sankirtanam. So this is the beauty of service, that we get love more and more. We can see same thing, that how the gopis actually got the love of Krishna, that they just without any reason, they were serving him, and they were thinking that serving Krishna is best in any way, in any condition, and they were willing to serve Krishna, and that was their aim. So that actually gives the real bhakti, serving the Lord. Next shloka, please. 176.
লেচ্ছ দেশে কর্পূর চন্দন আনিতে জঞ্জাল পুরী দুঃখ পাবে ইহা জানিয়া গোপাল।
In the provinces of India governed by the Mohammedans, there was much inconvenience in traveling with sandalwood and camphor. Because of this, Madhavendra Puri might have gotten into trouble. This became known to Gopalji. So see how Gopalji was merciful and gave the dream to Madhavendra Puri that you use this chandan and camphor on the Gopinath deities, because Gopal knew that if he brings it here in Vrindavan, what will happen? He has to cross so many provinces in India, and many provinces at that time were governed by Mohammedans, and they will give a lot of trouble to Madhavendra Puri, and Krishna didn't wanted that Madhavendra Puri should get any kind of inconvenience, and that's why he gave the dream that you use this chandan and camphor right here rather than bringing him to Vrindavan, and my purpose will be solved that way. 177, please.
মহাদয়াময় প্রভু ভক্তবৎসল চন্দন পরি ভক্তশ্রম করিল সফল।
The Lord is very merciful and attached to his devotees. So when Gopinath was covered with sandalwood pulp, Madhavendra Puri's labor became successful. So sometimes we think, that how my devotional service will be successful. Actually, the success comes, when Krishna is happy with us, when we try to do our activities for the satisfaction of Krishna, then we should think that our services are successful. Like here, Madhavendra Puri, he covered the whole body of Gopinath with sandalwood pulp, and Krishna will get very, very happy. So this is the success actually. So his labor is all successful. It's not waste. Like in material world, we do so many activities. It's the shrama eva hi kevalam. It's just unused, not useful labor. Only labor. Like people work like an donkey whole day from morning to evening just for a couple pieces of bread. So that kind of labor is all useless labor, But here, whatever we do for Krishna, it's very, very useful and it's successful in our life. Next verse, please.
পুরী প্রেম পরাকাষ্ঠা করহ বিচার অলৌকিক প্রেম চিত্তে লাগে চমৎকার।
Chaitanya Mahaprabhu placed the standard of Mahavendra Puri, intense love for Nityanand Prabhu for judgment. All his loving activities are uncommon. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, indeed, one is struck with wonder to hear his activity. When the living entity feels spiritual separation from Krishna Viraha, he has achieved the prime success of life. When one becomes disinterested in material things, he is simply experiencing the other side of the attraction for material things. However, feeling separation from Krishna and engaging in the service of Lord to fulfill his mission, constitute the best example of love of Krishna. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wanted to point out this intense love of Krishna exhibited by Madhavendra Puri. All Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's devotees later followed the footsteps of Madhavendra Puri, serving the Lord without personal consideration. So here actually he wanted all the devotees of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Nityanand Prabhu and other, and he said that you judge how Madhavendra Puri's services were great and what was the standard of these services. So one should follow the Madhavendra Puri's love, intense love for Krishna, and also his intense services, what kind of heart he has to perform services. Because sometimes we do like mechanical services, just because I have to do. So those kind of service is not that good. Of course, it gives benefit to us, but the service done in the with great love and great intensity, that really was great, because Krishna is so merciful. And when we perform this kind of service, Krishna will be very, very merciful. We can see the example of Gajendra, how Krishna ran to him, and to help him. Similarly, we can see Draupadi. When Draupadi needed Krishna, when he says, Govinda, Govinda, right away he came in the form of sari. And so we can see how he runs for his devotees. We can see Maharaj Ambrish, when Durvasa Muni sent the demon behind him, which was like a burning demon. And so Krishna sent his chakra, Sudarshan chakra, right away. So we can see how Krishna actually takes part in the saving and helping his devotees. When the bad time comes, Krishna will right away come and help the devotees, because he's so much obliged with the service of your devotees, like that. And so Nityananda Prabhu, he is telling that all the service of Madhavendra Puri is so uncommon actually, because everybody cannot do that kind of service. And so when we hear this kind of Leelas of Madhavendra Puri, how he served Krishna, then one way is struck with wonder to hear his activity. So we want to hear more and more. So we are so lucky to hear this nectarian pastime of Madhavendra Puri, how he served Krishna, and it is giving a great example to all of us. So here it says that in the Krishna Viraha, in the Purport Prabhupada is writing, he has achieved the prime success of life. So when we do the service in separation from Krishna, like when we are in front of Krishna, that service is not that better as it is when we do in separation. Similarly, same thing with our Guru Maharaj also. When we do service in separation, we do more intensely that service. So service in separation is much better than service in the presence. Then we take it as granted. So that service is, of course, it's a great service also, but it's a far lesser quality. Like we can see what is the best service. The best service is when gopis perform a service in separation of Krishna. So that's why we say Gopi Bharta Kamarayor Dasa Dasanu Das. So that is our position actually, that we have to follow the footsteps of gopis. So why gopis were so great? Because they did intense service in separation of Krishna. And we have to see the mission of Krishna, it says here, because he worked Madhavendra Puri actually, it was aim of Madhavendra Puri to help the mission of Krishna. So what is the mission of Krishna? Mission of Krishna is to Pavitranaya Sadhunam Vinashayis Duskritam Dharma Sasthapanarthaya Sambhavami Yuge Yuge. So Pavitranaya Sadhunam Vinashaya Duskritam. So these two are the main functions. The most important function is Pavitranaya Sadhunam. So this is the main function. So in this part, Madhavendra Puri is showing his own example. So, so this is mission of Krishna. When he comes to this world, he comes every yuga, every millennium after millennium, and then he gives example, and performs leelas, so we all can remember those leelas and remember Krishna that way more and more. Next verse, please. 179.
পরম বিরক্ত মুনি সর্বত্র উদাসীন, গ্রাম্যবার্তা ভয় দ্বিতীয় সঙ্গহীন।
Chaitanya Mahaprabhu continued, Sri Madhavendra Puri used to remain alone. He was completely renounced and always very silent. He was uninterested in everything material, and for fear of talking about mundane things, he always lived without a company. So that these are the greatest instruction we can take from the life of Madhavendra Puri, that he will like to live alone, because when there is somebody with us, we will like to chit chat with him. Sometimes we talk about devotional service, but many a times we talk about the mundane things also, material things, that about food and about this, about that. There's so many different subject matter in this material world. What is going politically in India or other part of the countries, whatever is going on. So these kind of things, so we should not be say he was uninterested in everything material. So anything material we should not be that much interested, because they think don't last. Because this material life we are having for millions and millions of our births happen in this material life, and we are taking birth again and again and again. So now Krishna has given us this human form of life, so we should take full use of it. And so here Madhavendra Puri is showing by his example that we should do bhakti alone, not always having a company. At the time of chanting or hearing, we can have Bhagavad Katha with the company, but at that time also we should not talk anything mundane. That's very important, because mundane things will not take us anywhere, while the spiritual topics will be so much beneficial for our life that it will go a long way. Okay, next verse, please. 180.
হেনজন গোপালের আভ্রামৃত পাইয়া সহস্র ক্রোশ আসি বুলে চন্দন মাগিয়া।
After receiving the transcendental orders of Gopal, this great personality traveled thousands of miles just to collect the sandalwood by begging. So he was ready to even beg, because he didn't have money to buy the sandalwood, because sandalwood is so costly. Nowadays, even small pieces like 500 rupees, 1000 rupees is small. Like when we make chandan, that is small 1-2 inch stick of chandan is so costly. So we can imagine, like when he has to buy so much big quantity, he got like 82 pounds of chandan. So how much it will cost? Lot of Lakshmi. So he didn't have money, so he was willing even to beg it. And he started, and he traveled thousands and thousands of miles just to collect the sandalwood. He was not worried. He just listened the transcendental order of Gopalji. Immediately he started. So we can see how was the mood of service attitude of Madhavendra Puri. 181, please. Next verse, please.
ভোকে রহে তবু অন্ন মাগিয়া না খায়, হেনজন চন্দন ভার বহি লইয়া যায়।
Although Madhavendra Puri was hungry, he would not beg food to eat. This renounced person carried a load of sandalwood for the sake of Sri Gopal. So Madhavendra Puri was sannyasi, but even when he was hungry, he will not go for begging for food, because it was for his own material body. So he will not beg, whatever comes in his way, he will take it. Otherwise, he will stay hungry like that. And so he was completely detached from this material world. He was completely renounced. And he left right away for the load of sandalwood, like so big quantity of sandalwood, just for the sake of Gopalji. That was the greatest service he was performing. 182, please.
81, Prabhu?
Yes, 81,
Oh,
sorry.
80. No, it's 82. Okay, no problem.
82, yeah.
Manek Chandan Tola Bishek কর্পূর গোপালে পড়াইব এই আনন্দ প্রচুর.
Without considering these personal comforts, Madhavendra Puri carried one man, about 82 pounds of sandalwood, and 20 tolas, about 8 ounces of camphor, to smear over the body of Gopal. This transcendental pleasure was sufficient for him. So we can see that how much chandan, the sandalwood, he carried for his Gopalji. One man, which is 82 pounds, and then 8 tolas, 20 tolas, about 8 ounces of camphor, just to smear for the body. If Krishna orders us, we get only small quantity, but he had so big heart that he carried so much of the sandalwood, and he brought it from Jagannath Puri to the temple of Gopinath, and there he got another dream that you use it here rather than carry to the Vrindavan, because Krishna saw how much his dedication, how much sandalwood he is carrying. So, and he stayed there to smear that on the body of the Gopinath. So we can imagine, how he wanted to serve personally, smear on the body of Gopinath, and he stayed there till all the chandan finished, actually. So that was greatness. Next verse, please. 183.
উৎকলের দানি রাখে চন্দন দেখিয়া তারা এড়াইল রাজপত্র দেখাইয়া.
Since there were restrictions against taking the sandalwood out of the Orissa province, the tall officials confiscated the stock, but Madhavendra Puri showed him the release paper given by the government and consequently escaped the difficulties. So he was taking the chandan from Jagannath Puri out, from Odisha out to the Gopinath temple. At that time, Gopinath temple was not near Jagannath Puri temple, as it is now, not far away, 20-30 kilometers. But at that time, it was in different place, which was out of Odisha, because Gopinath temple was moved twice before it came to the present day. So when in the Odisha province, the collector offices, the toll, they stopped him, and they wanted to confiscate this whole stock. But Madhavendra Puri showed them the certificate that I got the permission from the government, so they let him go. Next verse.
ম্লেচ্ছদেশ দূরপথ জগাতি অপার কেমতে চন্দন নিব নাহিয়ে বিচার.
Madhavendra Puri was not at all anxious during the long journey to Vrindavan through the provinces governed by Mohammedans and filled with unlimited number of watchmen. So Madhavendra Puri was not afraid. So actually we get scared in so many things, but Madhavendra Puri, he had to carry this chandan for Gopalji in crossing so many different provinces, but he was not scared. He said, it is order of Krishna, and Gopalji will help him to cross this. So he took some watchmen, unlimited number of watchmen, so they can help him carrying the thing, and he was not afraid. So, and he was not anxious either. So a devotee should not fear of anything, actually. That's why Krishna says, Ma Suchaha. So don't worry, because once devotee serves Krishna, he should not have any kind of anxiety, any kind of worry in this life. because Krishna takes charge of his life, like of a devotee. So that thing is very important. We have to have that kind of faith. Then Krishna will help us. If we don't have full faith, oh, I don't know what will happen to me if I will do this or this, and then Krishna will not help. But if we have full faith that Krishna will surely help me, then he definitely will help that particular devotee. So Krishna reciprocates with all his pure devotees who has the purity in the heart and who has the pure devotional attitude of pure devotional service. 185, this will be last shloka we are reading today, and 86 will be last, 86. So, okay, 85. Yeah.
সঙ্গে এক বট নাহি ঘাটি দান দিতে তথাপি উৎসাহ বড় চন্দন লইয়া যাইতে.
Although Madhavendra Puri did not have a farthing with him, he was not afraid to pass by the tall officers. His only enjoyment was in carrying the load of sandalwood to Vrindavan for Gopal. So Madhavendra Puri didn't have, he says, word farthing. Farthing means, the money you give like a bribe or some kind of gift, to the officer, so they will let you pass. Yeah, it happens in many, many provinces like that you have to give some bribe or some money. So he didn't have that kind of thing, or gifts for the officers to give. But still he was not afraid of the tall officers that they will get angry if I didn't give him any money or any gift, But he was enjoying in himself in his heart that I am carrying this load of sandalwood for my Gopal deities to Vrindavan. So we can imagine how happy he was when he started carrying this load. In the beginning, he actually didn't took the load till the Vrindavan because he got instructed by Krishna that you use it for the Gopinath deities. Last slok, please, 186.
প্রগাঢ় প্রেমের এই স্বভাব আচার নিজ দুঃখ বিঘ্ন দিল না করে বিচার.
This is the natural result of intense love of God. The devotees does not consider personal inconvenience or impediments. In all circumstances, he wants to serve the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Purport: it is natural for those who have developed intense love for Krishna not to care for personal inconveniences or impediments. Such devotees are simply determined to execute the order of Supreme Personality of Godhead or his representative, the spiritual master. In all circumstances, even amidst of the greatest danger, they undeviatedly carry on with the greatest determination. This definitely proves the intense love of servitor. As stated in Srimad Bhagavatam, Tate Nukampa Susumekshmana, those who seriously desire to get free from the clutches of material existence, who have developed intense love for Krishna, are worthy candidates for going back home, back to Godhead. An intense lover of Krishna does not care for any number of material discomforts, scarcity, impediments, or unhappiness. It is said that when one sees apparent unhappiness or distress in a perfect Vaishnava, it is not at all unhappiness for him. Rather, it is transcendental bliss. In the Sistashtaka, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu thus has also instructed all Ashishava Padaratam Pinastumama Brahmatam Karoto Yatha Tatha Va Vidadhatu Lamphato Mata Pranama Istus Ayavna Paraha. The intense lover of Krishna is never deviated from his service despite all difficulties and impediments brought before him. So this is the beautiful purport Srila Prabhupada gave about that a devotee should not actually, if we have an intense love for Krishna, then we should not have any complaint, many times you complain for so many different things, that I have to do this, I have to do this, that's what I cannot do this. So, but our main aim should be service. So we can see the example of Madhavendra Puri. He didn't worry that how I'm an old man, how I will walk so many miles, and my leg will be hurting, what I'm going to eat there, and I will get tired, and how I will carry so much chandan. He didn't worry about anything. He just went to execute the order of Gopalji. So a devotee should have that kind of attitude that whatever Krishna wants or my Guru Maharaj wants, I should do it, rather than thinking about impediments, or it will be harder for me, or discomfort, I will get this kind of discomfort, that kind of discomfort. Oh, I'm not offering my obeisances because my back will start hurting. Even it's not hurting, we still, sometimes people think that it will hurt, if I keep doing obeisances many times like that. So Krishna will help us, if we, with lovingly we serve him, and Krishna will help any discomfort. He will make it better for us, because Krishna sees only our love. He doesn't see anything else. If we have pure love in the heart, pure serving attitude, then Krishna will definitely help us. No doubt about that. So I will end here, and we can have anybody has any comments, questions, we can discuss. Thank you very much for listening. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, thank you very much.
Hare
And
Krishna.
we had to learn a lot from Madhavendra Puri, how he was devoted, how he took all that. He never thought that is a trouble for him, walking that long and taking the sandalwood. And all those things is a example for a lesson for us, for me actually. And how much we have to, with devotion and faith on Krishna, that will take anywhere. We need not worry about this body or but how we are living and what we are taking here. And just he will take care of everything. That faith is the one, it is very important, and it is very hard for people like me. It's sometimes, I feel like, oh yeah, how my children will be, how I will be, how my life will go. Like sometimes we waver like that, but that is not necessary. If we have Krishna faith, I have. So that is a very good example, Madhavendra Puri's whole thing. Thank you very much for Prabhu, for a nice class.
Thank you, Mataji, for your comment. Nice.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Kaivalya Prabhu, for doing this class today. I found it interesting how, as a sannyasi, he completely renounced. He was doing some activities that, you may not see like a sannyasi do. He's carrying, heavy weight. He's still old, and he was making all these kind of arrangements, and and even said it in the verses how this was all done out of pure love. This was not any type of material activity. This is directed under directly from the Supreme Lord himself. That just goes to show that we may be involved in some of these activities, and of course, many people could go shopping and buy sandalwood and buy perfumes and do other things like that, and they could be doing it as a material activity, or it could be done as pure devotional service if it was done directly for, the pleasure of the deity. It's just good to see the the example that he's setting. He's not thinking like, oh, why am I doing this? I should just be sitting here doing meditation, just chanting my japa or giving giving classes or whatever. He got the order from the Lord and he did it.
Yeah. Thank you, Prabhu, for your comment. He just wanted to fulfill the desire of Krishna. And he got instruction in the dream that go and get chandan, and right away he started. Yeah, he didn't took time, because he said, my Lord is in having so much, feeling so much hot, and I have to bring the chandan as soon as possible. So he right away started. So his attitude was so good, very exemplary for everyone. Anyone else has any comments?
Yeah, it's very nice class, Prabhu. And one thing I'm thinking, I heard, before that people say, oh, people who worship the deities, they're just neophyte devotee. I'm just thinking, such a great devotee like Madhavendra Puri takes so much, troubles just to go and just to please the deity form of the Krishna. So I'm just thinking, like it's only when we have this like neophyte mentality that we say that, okay, just worship the deities, because these people are uneducated, they can't discuss philosophy or something. That's why they worship the deities. So I heard that previously from some devotees. So I'm just really appreciating, just to see that all the six Goswami of Vrindavan, they all have deities and worship them so nicely, and Madhavendra Puri is one of the best example.
Yeah, deity worship is a very important part. That's why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu put it in 5 main services. That so if you do the service of the Lord, he reciprocates accordingly, with what intensity, with what love we serve him, and he reciprocates that way. So it's one of the main services. But of course, chanting is the most important, which we should do in the Brahma Muhurta, and later on we can do other services and serve him as much as possible. This body is given by Krishna to serve him. We should be having that kind of attitude, rather than serving ourselves, that what I'm going to eat and all those things, we have those worries more. If I don't work, how I'm going to support my family. Of course, we have to support the family. We have to earn some money, but that's not our primary aim. Primary aim in our heart, we should think that I have to serve Krishna. That's my aim, my aim. And if we have that kind of tendency in our heart, then we can do both things, material duties as well as spiritual duties. Anyone else has any comments, questions? Otherwise, we can end here today.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Dandatwana. It was very nice, Prabhu. I loved the, Madhavendra Puri's story and hearing this. Yesterday I was reading about Madhavendra Puri and Chaitanya Charitamrita, Prabhu. So I was like kind of shocked. Then he was like, if someone not giving him anything, he was not eating. That thing made me like, how is this possible? If someone not giving him anything, he's gonna be like chanting or doing services for Krishna. And is it possible like Krishna is liking it? Like if someone do that?
Actually, he was a sannyasi, but he didn't want it to beg. So we can see by example, how Krishna brought the milk himself for him. But these kind of devotees, which are the greatest devotee, pure devotees, they actually do not care about their own bodily needs. And Krishna fulfills them. Krishna will give them energy, because Krishna is inside our heart. Paramatma, he knows that he didn't eat anything, and Krishna will give us energy, even without eating. That's why so many sadhus can stay hungry for so many days, nothing happens to them. And if we don't eat 1 or 2 days, we will not be able to perform any duty at all, because my mood is like that. So I keep thinking about eating, I'm so hungry, even in Ekadashi day, we think about eating much more than any other day. So we can imagine that what is my mood and what is the mood of the great devotee like Madhavendra Puri, that without eating he will not think about food and not go and beg.
Yeah.
That is the greatness. Krishna will Krishna will actually fulfill their belly automatically. Even without eating, their belly is full. They don't feel any letharginess or any weakness or anything, just automatically they are nourished by Krishna. But one has to have that kind of faith though. Otherwise, yeah.
A lot of
We had,
people
like-
ask, Prabhu. Sorry, go ahead, Mataji.
It's okay, Mataji, you can go ahead.
No, many people ask, how are you not eating onions, garlic, and how are you just, fasting like that? A lot of people ask those questions. But, fasting day, we don't think and we are not feeling about my onions or garlic or anything because we want to keep that, sense this thing. So that way, once we have the faith and once we want to do something, we will do it. That's what I felt, Prabhu. Fasting day also, if we say that today is Ekadasi, no, I'm not eating anything. So that mindset and that is what you are praying God and read about God things, on that day. When you are just serving God, then you don't feel like that. So that is the power Krishna gives.
Yeah, like in the purport Prabhupada is writing, that we should give less importance to our material needs,
That's
more importance to the spiritual needs. Then we can do it. Otherwise, if we keep thinking about our own thing, our own pleasures, then where is Krishna? Krishna will not come in our life. Yeah. So let us end here now.
Thank you very much, Prabhu.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you.
Hare
Vanchakalpatarubhyascha
Krishna.
kripasindhubhya patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavibhyo
Namo Namah.
Anantakoti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai.
Jai.
Thank you very much,
Thank
Prabhu.
you, Prabhuji.